could wear the mask.
I am your father.
Get over here!
This is the way.
Purchase your tracks today.
Iron Man.
Alright guys, welcome back to the house that Retro built, the Retro Toy Closet. And we are back with another 6-scale review, unboxing. This one is definitely going to be different than our normal 6-scale review unboxings, as this one is the Mysterio drones. And if you don't remember the Mysterio drones, they are from the movie Spider-Man Far From Home, featuring Tom Holland, which everybody's really excited for. This part 3 that's supposed to be coming out end of this year. But before we get that far, we still have to handle everything from Far From Home. So, this is, what, the second or third release from this movie? Actually, no, I think this is the fourth. Because you had the promo edition Spider-Man, you had the re-release of the homemade suit, and you have the upgrade suit. And then this would be number 4, and we're still awaiting a date for Mysterio. But before we can get to Mysterio, we can mess with his drones. So as you can see on the front of this box, you got the nice big Mysterio dome. You can kind of see his little collar. And right below that, Mysterio drones. ACS-011 6-scale accessories collectible set. On the side, very simple, Mysterio drones. Back, Mysterio drones. And all your warnings and labels and features of who was a part of creating this masterpiece. Of course, Marvel, Hot Toys. Anyhow, other side, same thing, nothing special. So, there is no flip cover, but there is a nice little slide. So instead of pausing it, we're just going to do this. And that looks pretty badass right there. I like that. It's got the 3 Mysterio drones, which you do get. You get 1 big one, 2 smaller ones. You can see old Spidey down below with that nice little pixelated effect that was inside the whole cloud of the creatures that they were projecting with their holograms. Because this is basically holographic mirrors that projected all the creatures that Mysterio was supposedly fighting. Blah, blah, blah. So, there's our flip cover, and as you can see the 3 Mysterio drones there with a figure base. But let's go ahead and get everything out to see what all is included and what can this thing actually do. Okay, and as you can tell, the accessories are as thin as skin. This is all we get. You really don't get a whole hell of a lot. With the price point, I think it was like $110 once you figure tax and shipping and everything. I think I paid about $130, $140 for this. So you really can't expect to have too much. It's just a nice accessory to add onto your shelf with Spider-Man. And that's about it. It doesn't even have any electronic components on there. There's no batteries to add for lights or anything. So we'll try to do a comparison to the first drone that came with the homemade suit, and then we'll go from there. But anyhow, this is what you get. You get the brand new white Spider-Man Far From Home base. It has that nice glossy finish on the pixelated areas, as you can see, and then the rest is like a flat satin. It's like very textured. It's pretty cool. A lot of people were up in their feelings about this base because it wasn't black anymore. And then you get the ones that cry about not having a nice little metal nameplate, but this gets the point across. Oh yeah, and the other thing everybody's complaining about is that it says Mysterio drones. Like, they're like, oh, it should be Tony Stark drones or Stark Industry drones. Guess what? You're getting Mysterio drones, and that's what they're going to be called. That doesn't bother me. I'm not too overly picky with stuff like that. So, This is the creme de la creme, shall we say. This is the main drone. It's actually very well detailed. You know, it's got tons of battle damage on it, as you guys can see right there. All the rivets, the bolts, everything spot on. Nice little paint apps right there on the barrels to actually make it look like they were used. You got all your little cameras on the front and a little bit of green paint here and there. Nothing on this moves, so this is pretty much just like a glorified statue. It is not made of die cast. There might be very minimal die cast components on the inside to hold it all together, but just from the feel itself, it just feels like 100% plastic. Right here, this is the porthole as to where the mount will go into to hold it. And then, aside from those two items, you get 2 more mini drones, pretty much identical to the big boy. Once again, no articulation, mounting points right there on the bottom, and that's it. The mounting on the homemade soup drone, it actually had like almost like a slide, so it kind of just slotted into the back. So I imagine this one you could try to slot it on the back somewhere. I think it slid into there. I can't remember. I gotta get the other one. Once we get that out, we'll get all that figured out. And then you have your nice little, pretty much a tripod stand for the 3 of them. Acrylic, so it's not big bulky white plastic sticking out looking like an eyesore. So you can somewhat hide it if you have like a dark lit shelf or it's a dark area where you're going to have your drones at, and somewhat hide it, make it look like they are floating. But that's it. That's all this comes with. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get this whole thing fully assembled, and we'll take a look and see how she looks, and then we'll do a comparison. And of course, at the end, we always do our nice little slideshow. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy put together. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and we have it fully assembled, and it actually looks pretty cool just sitting there. Like, it's nothing too outrageous. It's a nice simple piece. They do leave you some space on the base, so if you wanted to try to put Spider-Man on here just to stand him straight up, you probably could, or have him in a crouching pose. But these arms, they articulate out. The top pieces, do be careful with them, because I kind of scared myself when I paused it, putting it together. They peg in, but I literally thought I broke it. But they, it's a peg that's attached to this arm that's attached to, let me see if you can see it from here. There's like these little acrylic plates right here. The acrylic plate attaches to the drone, and then there's a peg hole on this piece that attaches to that acrylic plate. So you get up, down, in, out. And that's it. The way they're angled, don't try to bend it, because they do not bend. That's what I kind of freaked myself out, because I want to think that I could try to straighten it out. You pretty much just straighten it out like this. And that's your drones straight out. Up top, all this one does is up and down. So you go like that, and of course you can spin him around because he's on an independent little plate. So that is all they do. So like I said, this is just a nice little background accent piece. Doesn't do anything too crazy. No batteries, no flashing lights. I know there was some third-party companies that made them with the flashing lights. I should have jumped on it then, but I am not paying the ridiculous overmarket price that they are at now. So let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and get the other Mysterio drone out, so we can do a side-by-side comparison, even with old Spidey. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here's our little side-by-side comparison, and pretty much as you can tell, they are the exact same size. There's nothing different about them. Even the paint apps look to be exactly the same. But I do notice that some of the areas, the brushing is a little bit lighter, and the scratches are a little bit more of a heavier look to them. Right here on the front of this one, they're pretty light. They're a little bit darker up here. That all appears to be almost identical right here. Like I said, they are the exact same size. Both look freaking good. This one, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot Mr. JXP. He broke that off. I was just about to say, I said, this one appears to be missing part of its gun. But yeah, he had accidentally broke that off, so we still have to fix that. But we'll go to this side. And as you can tell, they look exactly the same. So the big ones and the small ones are identical pretty much to the T. They might have a little bit difference of surface scratches here and there, but not bad. It's a nice little accent piece. Not bad for $110 to go ahead and add that one in there. And then even if I wanted to, I could add another Spider-Man, because that's how we roll at the Retro Toy Closet. Yeah. So this is the original Homecoming Spider-Man right here. I got him for a pretty good deal. Found him last year during COVID when I was going stir crazy because I had nothing to do and nothing to buy. So you definitely don't want him standing in front of it because you're going to hide the drone completely. So, you know, everybody's always talking like, can he mount the drone? Can his body weight be supported on there? There's your answer right there. Boom. Shaka-laka-laka boom. It works. Spidey does fit on the drone. He's sitting there perched. There's no weight problem. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So that's going to go ahead and conclude this video. You know, you guys saw the very simple articulation that it does do. It's just a nice little piece. It's pretty much just like a glorified statue with the acrylic pegs that allow it to articulate left, right, round and round, you know. Kind of give it that flight pattern look, but yeah, that's it. I like it. It looks good. You guys stay posted within the next couple of days, you know, depending on how busy I am. I will be putting up a new video. I got some new stuff coming in the mail. And then also this weekend, June 6th, we will be heading up to Orlando, possibly meeting up with OG Geek and What's Popping. Pretty much it's going to be like the whole MCE crew. We're going to be meeting up with them. There's a toy show up in Orlando. So we're going to check that out. Get you guys some footage, see what's out there, and have some fun with the boys. So, like we always say at the Retro Toy Closet, stay retro.